Hey gang, welcome to another tutorial with Nanicrypto. Today we're going to be doing another trading view tutorial, and today's video will be about moving averages and candles. I'd like to welcome everyone who is new to the channel. Look forward to your support, of course, and any comments that you might have in regards to the content of each video. The idea of this channel is a cryptocurrency for beginners. So if you are new to the cryptocurrency world and you're interested in day-to-day trading, which is what I do, then the idea of these videos is to help you read the charts, understand the energy that is within each chart, because they're all very different, and to help you do and make trading decisions that will profit you and hopefully help you increase your Bitcoin. Also want to give a big shout out to Brandon Kelly, BK crypto trader. He was the person who taught me how to do my trading, and thanks to him I have become a successful day trader, and can probably very successfully say I've made 1,000 New Zealand dollars in a day just from trading, which is more than I make in my day job. So I'm quite happy with that. And of course, that's not every day. We have our ups, our downs. We have our good days where everything that we bought goes up. And then we have our down days where Bitcoin decides to go crazy and all our altcoins bleed. So in each video, I will try and give you a quick recap of our basics, which is the boss method, which is what we use to read different energy in the charts, and then we'll quickly go over the method and how we set it up, and then we'll jump into the coins. So today is the 18th of December 2017, and currently Bitcoin's sitting at 18,426. Last night it hit 19,700. I thought it was going to hit 20,000, but it didn't. So let's just quickly jump into the chart so we know what we're looking at. Now this is Bitcoin against the US dollar. Now we are currently looking, so if you kind of jump up here and click BTC, we use Bitfinex. Now the reason we use Bitfinex is that it's one of the highest volumes when it comes to Bitcoin. Now I've made a chart thanks to a change that BK did in one of his videos. So from now on you'll be able to see exactly what I'm looking at. So we're looking at BSD to the USD, and we're looking at a 343-minute chart. Now for those of you who are running the free accounts, then you can jump into here and use your 4-hour. It's just as good. I'm using the pro account, so I usually use a 343 minute chart. So that can be the 4-hour chart, which is, as you can see, is very similar. And here it will change the value. Now for all those newbies who are trying to set up the BK boss method, the way you do that is you quickly jump into your indicators, you type in BK, and you will see the cryptoprotools.com. Big shout out to him. He was one of the people in our #1 Bitcoin group of the world on Facebook, which I'll show you a little later on. And thanks to him, we now have this method. So the great thing about this tool is, so I've already got it here, Ultimate BK Moving Averages. And when you click on this one, you'll see that you have the 7, which is the green, the 21, which I don't use as much, just because I find the other 3 moving averages give me enough information to what I need. We've got the 77, which is the blue, and we have the 231, which are the columns areas. Now I've set it up the same as the boss method. Now you can change your colors, but especially when we post onto our group, it helps us all to be on the same track and make sure we're all looking at the same thing. Over here, you can also turn them on and off, but I usually just leave it over here. So that's the tool that we're using, and it's called the boss method, which Brandon Kelly has set up. So Brandon Kelly also has a YouTube channel, and you can jump over to his channel, BK Crypto Trader, and he has a playlist called How to Chart Like a Boss, and he gives you a few other details as well. So that's also a great person to follow and learn a bit more. So this is what Bitcoin's doing at the moment. Currently running it on the 343. As you can see, I've set up an alert here, which I will do a video down the track on how to set that up, just so I know when Bitcoin crosses the 20,000 mark. The good thing about Bitcoin right now is like these uptrends are quite scary. So I like to do the slow movements, and then because I know that if it does it that way, if it does it in a more, I guess, calm manner as opposed to spiking, $2,000 in an hour, then I believe it's creating a better resistance and a better support line so that it will, sorry, not a resistance, a better support line so that it will have the energy to go straight past that 20,000 instead of getting to 20,000 and go down. Then we would hope it would do something like this and continue to go. Now, we don't know how far that's going to go. It could obviously hit 20,000. So that's one scenario. Obviously, the other scenario is it would do something like that and it could start to go down. We really don't know, and I don't have a little crystal ball, so it's impossible to predict what Bitcoin's doing, and Bitcoin's one of those markets that's very hard to predict. But I personally think it will do that one. And it still may correct. But if it continues to do these waves, then I think it's going to be much healthier. Okay, moving averages. So a lot of people have been sending me private messages, mostly the newbies asking me about how they set up their moving averages, which I've just explained, what they mean, and what each candle means. And so I thought I'd go straight back to basics and try to explain how it works. So let's just go into Google, and it says a moving average is appropriately known as a simple moving average, which is the SMA, calculated by taking the arithmetic mean of a given set of values. For example, to calculate a basic 10-day moving average, you would up the closing prices from the past 10 days and then divide the result by 10. Okay, so that's how it works. So when we look at our front chart, this is like a very simple chart, and it's got sales, and then the moving average obviously keeps going up because even though it spikes, and you can see the moving average briefly going up, it will actually show me that the moving average is on an upward trend. So that's a very basic, and the way they would have sorted that out is they probably took their values from quarter 1, 06, quarter 2, 06, and then they would have added all those averages up. Okay, so that's a very simple way of looking at the moving average. Now let's jump into Bitcoin. So we know that we currently use, so each one of these candles, now if you're running a 343 minute, I'm going to use the free account settings just so I make sure that everybody is included in what I'm talking about. So with Bitcoin, we've got, in this chart, we're looking at a 4-hour candles, which means every 4 hours, I get a new candle. That's what that means. So right now, if I look on this side, it says it's currently at 18,535, and we've got 4 minutes 39 to get a new candle. So hopefully that will happen while we're doing the video. So every 4 hours, we get a new candle. Now, if the next candle starts here and it goes up, then the candle turns green. If the next candle starts here and the price goes down, then the candle will be red. So the color of your candle will be based from your previous candle. Let me explain that. So let's look at this candle back from the 15th. It went up from 17,000 to 18,100. 4 hours later, it went from 8,100 down to 17,500. So the color of the candle will always be dependent on your previous candle. Okay. And how many candles you see will be based on the time frame you're using. So this is a 4-hour candle, but if I take it down to so I use the 77-minute when I'm trying to decide when to get in and out of a trade, but that's the same as the 1 hour, so we'll use the 1 hour. And as you can see here, then this will give me a lot more candles and will show me that on a 1 hour candle, Bitcoin is currently on a downtrend and has been since last night. Because even though we got a couple of greens here, it has been on a downtrend and is heading towards the blue. So if we remember what we want to, so let's just quickly jump back into our 4-hour chart. Now the boss method says white over blue, you know what to do. So that means that the white is over the blue and we're buying. And white under blue, no, blue under white, it's blue above white, sorry, blue above white, because if I go downtrend, which would be this way, I go that way, and the white goes under the blue. So blue above white, it's time to say goodnight, it's time to sell. So that's what the boss method actually says. Let me just get rid of that one there. Now, candles and time frames explained. Now, the moving averages. So, boss method says 3 moving averages. Well, we've got 4, which is also the red. I've got a few others that are set up here, but if you just go into the boss method and you turn on the red, so that's the 21. And of course, I got rid of it instead of saving it. So that's the 21, and I click OK. But like I said, I don't use the 21 that often. I use it more when I'm trying to get down into the nitty-gritty of a chart. So for right now, we're going to turn it off. So these are the charts, the lines that we're going to use. So we're going to use the 7, which is the white, the 77, which is the blue, and the 231, which is the white shaded area, which we have set up as columns. Now, what does that 7 candle moving average mean? So basically says a 7 candle moving average, what has happened in the last 7 candles. That is as simple as it gets. So let's have a look here. If I look at the line around here, so about the 9th of September, sorry, around here, the 9th of September, and I count 7 candles, so I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, you can see that the last 7 candles were on a downtrend. See? And then when I go here and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, they're on an uptrend. So the white line is going to give me a very detailed description of what it's doing on a 4-hour time frame for the last 7 candles. Same with the 77. So as you can see, the 77, which is the one that we use to determine the cross line. So whilst the 7 is above the 77, so while the 7 is above the 77, we can say we have, like right here, if you were using the boss method to buy Bitcoin, then you would have bought down here on the 16th of November, and you would still be holding it because it would be on what we call a bullish trend going up. Okay. Same with the 231. So why? Sometimes we turn the 231 off just because it's a very long average. So, okay, so this is Bitcoin. Let me just quickly jump into, just look at another chart that I was looking at today, which is LISC. Now, this is currently LISC. Let's just get rid of some of those things that might disturb us. Now, this is on a 240 minute, as you see. So it's LSK to the BTC, and we're looking at LISC. Now, if you were following the boss method, you would have bought, so it's the 18th, you would have bought the LSK this morning. And you would currently be up. So if I just use my ruler over here and I go, let's just say yesterday, well, this is what it's gone up all the way. If I go from here to here, actually it's currently here, that's 55%. However, if you would have, so I sometimes do that before I jump in, but because we're trying to follow the method, then I would have gone from here when it crossed over, still 35% profit within 16 hours. That's awesome. So the other thing you've got to keep into account is if you move the time frame, so let's just say we dump down to the 1 hour, then obviously the energy or the lines in my chart are going to change. So when would I jump down to the 1 hour? Let me just try and show you. Actually, this is a good chart because this was one that I was working on a while ago and I jumped out. I'll just show you why. So using our moving averages, I should have bought all the way down here. I didn't find out about this coin till I was about up here and went, oh, that's okay, that looks like a good buy. What I didn't notice was that LISC was basically almost done, and I decided to hold it. So I bought it there, started going up, 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 and then I went, no. So blue above white, it's time to say goodnight. I said, that's it, I'm selling my coin. Obviously, I bought it quite high. I thought it was going to go up. Now, one of the reasons it could have taken a while to go up, and the reason it didn't do it then was because if I look at the chart as a whole, you can see that the white area, which is the 231, around here, it hadn't flattened out. It wasn't ready to help the chart go up, right? So I went, no, I'm out of there. So I sold it. I'm glad I did, because if not, I would have lost. So if I sold it around here and it went down to, wow, a long way, 50, 60%. So I'm glad I sold it when I did. And then it's actually done a couple of touches on the white going to the blue. So here we have the white going to the blue. And there was also another one over here. But as you can see, they still weren't ready to break out. So the good thing about this chart is I've now bought here and I'm going to watch it go up. Now, some people will say, especially the people like crypto trading is definitely, it's about patience. It's about, you don't jump out just because you see a red candle. If you see a few red candles, maybe. But the thing you've got to keep in count with these moving averages that the boss is using for this method, for the boss method, is this chart doesn't start going green just because it's had a good day. Like this is energy. So if you look at the 231, the 77 and the 7, these are averages that are coming from days, weeks and months ago. So for it to start going up, you have to believe in the chart. So let's just say you didn't hear about the coin here. You heard about the coin up here. So you've currently made, let's just say you bought it around here, and you've made had made 13%, which most people would have sold by then. But let's just say you're currently at 9%. You're like, oh my God, it's going to keep on going down. What do I do? This is when we jump into the 1 hour chart. Now, the 1 hour chart looks just as good, if not even better, because on the 1 hour chart, the blue is currently above the white, above the white area, and so is the white. So yes, these two candles would have gone up quite quickly. Like as you can see, this one was a nice spike here, and these ones. But then after these two went, hold on, going too quickly, and it's just correcting. So would I sell at the moment? Absolutely not. This coin, and like I said, now the way I'm doing this is if I stand on the chart and I scroll down, it will just make the chart so that you can see the whole chart. Now let's get rid of those previous trades. So I'm just going to hide that. So here, if you've ever drawn things on it that you want to get rid of, then you can use that. Now if I use this coin has been around for a while. So this is going back to August. So as you can see, LSK has a lot of potential. Like right up here, it was worth 179, and currently it's worth 179. God, not even half that. So as you can see, yes, it's dipped and here it went up, which was great, and then it's going back down again. But I personally think that LSK is getting ready for a new ride and that it's a good buy at the moment, which is why I think I bought it a few hours ago. So, and I'm going to hold it for now. Now, if we quickly just jump back into P2C, just to finish off with the explanation, I'm going to jump over to our 4-hour chart. So here we go. So as I was mentioning before, it gives me a new candle every hour. So when it reached down here, it created the new candle. And since it created the new candle, it has started going up. So that's how the new candles are created. Like I said, in this case, it's creating a new candle every 4 hours, every 240 minutes. That's how the moving averages work together. Now, just remember that the moving averages are there to help you decide. Now, no one can tell you. Like if you bought Bitcoin, and just remember, guys, the only coin we use for the boss method against USD is Bitcoin. The rest are all against Bitcoin because that is the most valued currency here, and that's what we want to increase. So if you buy Bitcoin down here and you're happy with the profit here and you decide to sell, that's fine. That's why we look at these candles, because if you have a few red candles and you can see it's going up again after the dip, you can buy in again. But always remember, do your research on your coins. Now, a few pointers on what's good, what's not, what's hot, what to buy. Now, one thing, and please remember, guys, I will never tell you when to sell because it's a very personal decision. There are people who buy and hold for 6 months. The problem is that the crypto universe is very volatile. And in 6 months, I can go from being a top 10 coin to being at the bottom of the dip. So I don't do that, but other people can. So just to give you a quick recap, got my Twitter channel, which is Nanicrypto. Here I post a lot of the things that I do. I sometimes go into Photoshop and do some really good charts that will just give you an idea of the market. If I buy a coin, I usually throw it in here. Like I said, I won't tell you when to sell, but I'll definitely tell you I've bought this, and the reason I've bought it is because I believe the chart's good. So that's one way for you to know what to buy. Greatest Bitcoin group in the world, number one Bitcoin group in the world. It is a great team of over 18,900 people who have come together to help each other out. And basically what we do is we post here videos, charts. This was the same one I've posted into Twitter, which I created today just to help out the community on a few strong coins. As you can see, we've got LSK up the top here, which I mentioned. And we've got just different posts about great coins that other team or other members on the group have seen. So absolutely great coins for you, great group on Facebook for you to be watching. And also we have, of course, the Nanicrypto YouTube channel. I post here all the videos about the latest and greatest things. So basically things that I believe you guys have been asking about things or questions that maybe I had when I first started out, and I thought that creating a channel would help all those people who are new to the world of cryptocurrency and are trying to get started with crypto trading and how to set up everything. So thank you to everyone for your support. Thank you for following me. I hope you enjoy the content. If you do, please remember to like the video, subscribe. Don't forget to share the content if you feel this would help anybody else. And just wanted to leave one final question with you guys, and that is, what in the cryptoverse are you finding hard to understand? Is there anything that you would like me to do a video on? Any questions that you have? Other videos that you've seen that there's something that you just haven't been able to grasp? Please leave me any details in the comments, and I will do my best to do more videos to help you guys out. That's what I'm here for. I'm here to help you out. So, and that is always what I intend to do. So once again, Nanicrypto, Queen of the Charts, here to help you out with your day-to-day trading. Hope this helps, and thank you so much for watching once again.